Hi everyone. It's third week of October, and here we are in North England, Massachusetts, New England, Massachusetts, and we didn't get too much leaves this year. It didn't seem like the foliage is happening yet. Well, we're gonna be talking about the different types of leaf blower today. We have 4 different kind. The backpack 52cc 2-cycle engine. We got the Poulan Pro. I think this is 25cc. And we got the Echo 23cc. And we got the this is not a brushless motor. This is just a regular electric motor, 56 volt lithium ion battery operated electric blower. So I'm gonna be sharing some of my experience of using these blowers. Now this is a havsquana, Swedish design. They sell this at Lowe's, $2.99, and they have this model for several years. They're fairly reliable. The only downside is sometimes it's hard to start and it's very heavy to pull. It's something to do with the design, that the recoil system. But 2-3 pull it will start, but the pull is pretty heavy. And the amount of air that you get from this machine, that's quite substantial, but it's not yet quite commercial grade. And this is a as you can see, it weighs about 21 pounds, so it's not that heavy compared to commercial. But the amount of air, I would say it's fairly decent for the weight and air ratio. Now this is a Poulan Pro. I got this at Walmart clearance, and kind of disappointed at this machine because it's very inconsistent to start. Now they want this to the choke to fully open in order to get it started. And on a warm day, it's fairly good. But a cold day like this, right now it's about 40 degrees, and I have a hard time to get things started. It would start, and the moment you hold the trigger or the throttle, the engine would just stall or it would just sputter. So I strongly not recommend this one. The amount of air that you get is fairly good too, because it's it says 200 miles, but it didn't quite specify how much the air. A lot of the manufacturer specify about the amount of the speed that they give, but sometimes it's just not the air velocity that delivers. It's also the volume, because it really is the volume that remove the debris, the leaves, the sand or the dust or whatever, or the gravel in this case, to do the work. Now this machine, the backpack blower, had about 3 years, and most of the time I left it outside. I never really garaged this thing, so it performed pretty decent. Now this thing, it's bad. Now I really like this Echo. It weighs about, I would say about maybe 7 to 8 pounds, more like 8 pounds, and you can get this thing started always within 2 pull, whether it's cold or hot. Okay, in the summer or in fall like this. Now this choke, I had a preference just have it in the middle to get it started. So it's a very decent machine, and it's cost about $180. And it's very light, and the amount of air that deliver, it's not as much as this one, but it's very handy and small. So if you have a small space or just some debris to remove, it's pretty decent. Now I'm gonna try to get this thing started with one hand, just to show you how easy to get this thing started. Now I usually prime it about 2-3 times, and then have this is very similar to their weed whackers. that they have at Home Depot. You can tell that the model is February 2018. Now the only thing I don't like about this is that the way how it's set up, this recoil, it's very unbalanced. You literally have to hold your hand on the side in order to pull this thing started. Unlike this Poulan Pro, which is just a household regular blower, they have this at the rear. So what I need to do is, all I need to do is just have my hand on the handle, and I can just pull. But the thing is, this thing doesn't start easily. So anyway, I'm gonna get this thing started, and I'll put the phone down because I need my other hand to hold this thing. So I'll have this Echo started. Oh, there you go. Just one pull will get this started. And I'm gonna have this started too. Okay. It's not bad either. I was using it earlier, so that's why I have easy to start. This one, won't start. Well, I couldn't get the Poulan Pro to start, so anyway, lastly, I'm going to show you the battery operated. Now this is a quite big of a battery. In fact, the machine is cost less than the battery and the charger together. This is a lithium ion battery, and just this battery itself runs you about $100 without the charger. And how long does this thing last? The amount of air that I feel that comes out is just right below the Echo. And the weight, it's about the same. Both runs about 7 to 8 pounds with the battery on it compared to the Echo. The thing I don't like about this is that it really runs, if you continuously run this machine, it really only gives you about 10 to 15 minutes. Depends on the temperature. Because when the temperature is lower, the battery tends to deliver less power. And the charge is fairly fast. I would say about 10 minutes to get a fully charged battery from. When this thing is low on power, it would light up red and it will shut the machine off, because the way how this thing is set up is, if you drain the battery completely, just like your cell phone or your power tool, you would literally kill your battery in the long run, because you don't want to drain the battery too much. So they have this light to have you to check the amount of power that you have. It would turn red or flashing red if it's low on power. It's handy, and I use this to blow inside the garage, and it doesn't have a variable speed. That's another big problem. It has a dial, which is kind of inconvenient because you have to stop and adjust here. They should have just have the design just like the throttle, so you can have variable speed. And then they have this turbo button, which supposedly give you the full power. So it's not a very well designed model in my opinion. And unfortunately they discontinued this model. I got this on sale. For a brand new machine, this one would run you about like 180 or 159, I'm not sure, but I got this for about $99 because they discontinued this model. I figure the battery is probably worth about $100. But anyway, it's fall, and I know a lot of people are busy blowing leaves, but luckily we didn't get too much this year. But anyway, if anyone intend to get a leaf blower, I strongly recommend that stay away from the the cheaper models like that they sell in Walmart, or the non-commercial grade. I mean, it's a lot more expensive to get a commercial grade blower. I mean, if you don't shell out that much money, then you should get an electric one, because these, they work about 2 years and they won't start. But in the summer usually it starts, but when you need it the most, it won't start. So that's the problem I'm facing. But anyway, that's all there's to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.